Do y'all miss Chinese takeout? Then I have a recipe for you. This is my gluten-free General Tso's chicken. Little bit sweet, little bit spicy. So good, you guys. Let's get into it. First, we're going to make the marinade, and that is water, and I'm adding hoisin sauce. This is Joyce Chen's hoisin sauce. It's gluten-free. Make sure you get gluten-free soy sauce or hoisin sauce, as well as gluten-free soy sauce or tamari. I always have tamari in my house. This is white vinegar, and then we're adding a little bit of sugar, and finally a little bit of cornstarch. And the cornstarch is what thickens the sauce later. So we'll whisk this together. And then we're going to take our chicken. This is cubed, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And add 6 tablespoons of the marinade to the chicken in a bag. And what this will do is just give it a little bit of flavor and marinate it before we coat it. You can also use chicken thighs if you'd rather. I just had chicken breast. That's what I used. As always, the recipe link will be in the description box below the video. So seal up the bag, put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes while we make the sauce. Take out 2 tablespoons of the marinade before you make the sauce. So we're adding vegetable oil or canola oil to our saucepan, and we're heating this over about medium heat or so. You don't want it screaming hot because you don't want to burn or even brown the garlic. You just want to get a little bit of toastiness to it and make it nice and fragrant. So this is chopped fresh ginger or grated fresh ginger. And to that we're going to add our garlic and our crushed red pepper flakes. So just saute these kind of gently. You don't want to get them burned, like I said. And then add your reserved marinade. And I'm speeding this up just for the sake of speeding it up because it takes about 3 to 4 minutes. And then it begins thickening. That's because of the cornstarch. You can cover this and set it aside and leave it on low, like warm temperature, if you're getting ready to fry right away, or you can turn it off and then reheat it. So now let's get our dipping station going, and to a whole bunch of cornstarch, I am adding a little bit of my all-purpose flour blend, my gluten-free flour blend. And I'm also adding just a teensy bit of baking soda. So I'm going to whisk these together, and as true Kim fashion, I always have a too small bowl for everything. But do the best you can to keep all your flour mixture in there. And to this, we're going to add our reserved marinade, the 2 tablespoons. And what this does is just creates those like craggy little bits that gets on the chicken when you coat it and makes it extra crunchy. So I'm using a fork to distribute this because I kind of can mash it up in there. You can also use your fingers, and you just want to get it until it's like pebble size, maybe a little bit smaller. So now we've got egg whites in another bowl, and we'll whisk those together just until like frothy or foamy. And we've got our chicken that we removed from the marinade, and we patted dry completely. You really want that dry before it goes into the egg whites. So I'm going to put about half of this chicken in the egg whites to start. Mix it up with my hands. You can use tongs, but it takes forever in my opinion, so I just use my hands. And then just kind of get as much of the excess off and drop it into the dry mixture. And once you've got them all in there, start moving them around. And make sure you press like as much as you can of that coating onto each one, because you want to get those, like I said, those craggy bits. Makes it extra crunchy. And then just place them on a plate. And once you do the first batch, go back and do the second batch, and then we're ready for frying. So I have my oil set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to drop in a few at a time. Just do it gently because these are known to stick together. So you don't want to add like the entire half of the batch at once, like 3 or 4 at a time. And then once you get all of those in there, kind of move it around with your spider or strainer. And we'll fry these up for about 2 to 3 minutes until golden brown and very crunchy. And I'm going to put them over on some paper towels to drain, and we'll fry the rest of them. You really won't believe how crunchy these are, you guys. They are way, way better than any General Tso's chicken I've ever had. So now I am saucing my portion because my husband and my son don't like them pre-sauced. They like to serve the sauce on the side. I like mine pre-sauced, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm serving them over steamed white rice. I'm going to add some green onions on top, and I've got some broccoli. This is unbelievable, you guys. Who needs Chinese takeout when you can make it yourself, and it's 10 times better than anything you would get in a white carton? Enjoy.